All right, so this is Zach Moonshine from Metal Devastation Radio, and right now on the phone with me, I have the Wizard from Pilgrim. What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Fucking
Cool.
been checking out your album this week, man. It's fucking heavy shit. I'm digging it.
Thanks, dude. Glad you like it.
Yeah. First question I guess I should ask you is how did you guys get this band started?
Um, well, me and my drummer, Krog, we've been playing together since we were about like 14 years old. We met each other on the very first day of high school. It's probably like 8 years ago now or something like that.
Uh,
We've had a ton of different bands since we've been real little. Our first band was called Big Cheese, and then we had a band called Horsehead, and we had a band called the Hashishin Space Pilgrims of Ancestral Knowledge, and then around that time I think we decided that we wanted to play some music that was in worship of like some true doom metal, but also keeping in mind our whole we were nerds when we were kids. We played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and played a lot of video games, so we wanted to keep the whole fantasy vibe in it too. And that's kind of how Pilgrim started, was that vision of mixing those two worlds.
That vibe is definitely in there.
Cool. I'm glad it shows.
Also, so you guys been around since about, what, 2011 as Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Okay. The name Pilgrim itself, how did you guys come up with that, and what's that mean to you?
Well, like I said, right before Pilgrim, we had done this, basically it was just like a one-off project called the Hashishin Space Pilgrims of Ancestral Knowledge. And it was just kind of like freak out jam, kind of acid thing. And we decided to roll with the name Pilgrim, but we really liked the name because it represents, the kind of like Crowley and I's journey through the whole music realm, and like our quest to take our band to the top. So it's really, it reflects the whole situation.
Very cool. Very cool. I also noticed that the artwork on the album that's done by Adam Burke, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool. How'd you guys come about that?
Well, he did a cover for an Ice Dragon record called Dream Dragon.
Yes.
And I just always thought that Dream Dragon had the most amazing artwork ever, and I was always like, oh my god, like, if only we could get that guy. And a friend of ours was supposed to do our cover, but she ended up having too much schoolwork, so she couldn't get it done. So just out of the blue, like last minute, we called Adam, and he was willing to do it. And he did it real fast, too.
Yeah,
and it came out fucking beautiful.
He is badass, man. He did the logo for Metal Devastation, too.
Oh, no shit. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's actually
he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, that's actually how it came about, you guys. I was on his Facebook one day, and I seen the picture for the album, and I was like, damn, this fucking badass. What the hell is this?
Nice. Wow. Fucking small world, I guess. Cool.
Fucking social media.
Yeah. Makes it easy.
So, and also, you guys are now on Metal Blade Records. How's that going so far?
Not bad. The dudes at Metal Blade are pretty cool. And they've given us like the opportunity to take our music and give it to, share it with way more people than we ever thought, could be possible for the kind of music that we were playing. And, through them and like through their power that they have, we've gotten thrown into the scene that we only dreamed like was real, but now we're actually in it. It's quite surreal.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel really lucky. To work with them.
That's really cool, man. They've been definitely pushing out some pretty badass fucking albums here lately. I mean, well, they always have, but I've been noticing here lately they've been really doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's your what would you say your main influences are as a band, and what really got you into metal?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of funny because when me and Cole were younger, we didn't really listen to metal at all. We actually used to hate metal, if you can believe that. And we used to be like way into like Nirvana and like a lot of the '90s sort of stuff, like Nirvana and Tad and Mudhoney and that sort of stuff. But I think we started listening to the Melvins through Nirvana, and the Melvins kind of, you know, um, put us on the path to listening to more like darker, heavier music, and then we kind of got into like the Sleep, to the stoner doom kind of stuff, like Sleep and Acid King, and then eventually Electric Wizard, and then Electric Wizard just like opened the fucking floodgates to all these awesome like true doom bands, and so all those bands I just listed are our influences, but I think the main influences for our band would have to be Electric Wizard and Sleep and Reverend Bizarre for sure. It's pretty much the reason why our band exists, because of that band.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the grunge thing came about in the '90s, and I actually liked a lot of it. I mean, I was a metalhead before all that. I've been around for a while, but when that stuff came about, it was like, I thought it was pretty. I mean, I didn't think it was actually that far from metal. It was just a little bit dirtier.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think so either. It's just a little more rock and roll, I think, than metal. And
yeah,
just a little more. I don't know, not as directly heavy, I guess, or I don't know. It's a weird thing.
It's definitely not out. It's definitely not out of the realm of it, though.
No, it's almost like the same shit, But yeah. I wasn't even. I was born in 1991, so I actually missed it all. And I think that's why we were so into it, is because, I don't know, because we missed it and we weren't there for it, so we didn't see it the same way a lot of other people seem to see it in like the metal world, who typically hate it, So, yeah, but most of our influences come from the early 90s, for sure, late 80s, early 90s.
Very cool. How do you feel about the metal industry today?
Or doom
metal, actually, I should say.
Doom metal. It's cool. I think that all the bands that have been working real hard for a really long time are getting the treatment that they deserve. It's just unfortunate that some of the newer bands that are really breaking their ass or busting their ass to try to make something of themselves aren't, I feel like they're not getting the push that they need to sort of like get out from the underground, And I feel like all it would take is just a little extra cash from like the labels or the, from promoters at shows, just to push it up into the next level to where, where everybody can know about doom metal, which is I'm not saying, like destroy the scene or anything. I'm just saying, it would be nice to get some fucking help or something, It's hard to go out and tour for like no money at all, and and keep doing that consistently. But I mean, otherwise, outside of the industry, I think that the scene is, doing fucking awesome.
Yeah, the scene
can't complain. There's a lot of bullshit too, obviously, A lot of copycats and imitators and, fucking cheap rip-offs and shit like that, but that comes with everything too, Yeah. Nothing you can do about that. It's going to happen no matter what kind of music you're playing.
Yeah, I've definitely been noticing that a lot. I mean, but at the same time, it's like the whole thing with the internet and all that shit. It was like, we didn't have that when we were kids, but nowadays, that just makes pretty much everything and anything available. And it's all out there. Like anybody that can do anything can put it out there, which is cool because now you can find everything. But at the same time, it's really saturated with a whole lot. You know, like you have to dig sometimes to.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like I don't know. It's just like the artistic integrity of like a band. It's just they become like totally saturated. You're right. It's just anybody can do it, and there's like a way overabundance of bands. Like fucking, I'm sure I could. You know, you can just. I feel like with some bands they just get together and they just put any two words together. It's like space temple. Good. All right. Cool. There's a band name. Like, okay, that's a band now. Like, it sounds like every other stoner doom band. You know, like it's just like that shit fucking sucks. So that's kind of a bummer. But and I don't know if Space Temple is a band. I'm sure it is. But you know, I'm just saying it as an example.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure there is a band out there called that.
Yeah, we just came up with a fake band called Monolith of Molasses because we found that in doom metal reviews they use the word monolith and molasses like way too often, just because it's like they can't figure out what else to say about the music. You know, it's really slow and heavy.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be like the slowest shit fucking ever.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just too easy. Too easy.
Well, that's the cool thing. You guys got Metal Blade behind you now, though. You know, hopefully that'll help propel you guys a little bit further. I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I was telling someone earlier that you can go, like I can go to the store and just go to the music aisle and I can pretty much guarantee that I'll see one of my records there.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing feeling, you know, like I never thought that in a million years that would happen to me, that I could go to like FYE and find my record on the shelf. I don't even know if that's a store anymore. FYE.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while, but I remember them.
Mm.
I know I've seen you guys in Decibel magazine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was quite a pleasure. Never seen myself in a magazine before.
What a trip, huh?
Yeah, it's far out. I showed my mom. She was like, she couldn't understand. She was like, why does it have to be so dark? She was tripping out on it, but she was happy too.
Did you guys come up with the concept for the album cover, or was that totally just Adam?
No, that was our concept. It's supposed to be like an illustration of the first actual song on the record called Master's Chamber.
Okay.
It's about it's about like a million different things, but on the surface level, it's about someone being enchanted by an evil wizard in his chamber. So that's what the cover is.
Yeah, it's fucking badass, man.
Thanks.
And well, so what do you guys have as far as your touring plans for the future?
Well, we just like yesterday finished up the our 40-day U.S. tour with Spirit Caravan.
Nice.
And that was a trip, dude. It was insane. But I think we're about to do our first headlining tour of the eastern United States with the Age of Taurus, and that's going to start sometime in June. And then after that, we're not really sure what's up, but I think we're going to try to go back to Europe in the fall.
Very cool.
Yeah.
For all
Europe.
For all the people out there listening, where can they find the tour dates? On your Facebook page, or?
Well, we haven't announced the tour yet.
Okay.
We're still booking it, but yeah, as soon as it's ready, if you're following us on our Facebook page, then you'll definitely see it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so far, as you guys have been going, what would you say the craziest thing you've seen at a show, either being your own show or at a band that you've seen?
The craziest thing?
Yeah, crazy.
Well, at our show, there's this one time we played this place called the Cake Shop in New York City. I think it closed now. I don't think it's there anymore. But we were just playing our set, and we had brought a sword with us, just like a stage sword, just to have, fucking around, and this guy Kurt from this band, Mutilation Rights. No, fuck, wait, hold on. Mutant Supremacy, sorry. He's from Mutant Supremacy. He picked up the sword and he just started hacking away at the support beam for the building. It was like made out of wood. And obviously he was very, very drunk. So was everybody. And so he just takes this huge ass fucking claymore and just starts banging away at this support beam. It was so awesome. And it was also horrifying because, if he had kept going, he probably would have like collapsed the entire building, but that's definitely one of the craziest things ever. There's also another time in Europe when we were in Sweden and this guy, sorry, I was trying to lose my voice a little bit. This guy, he's real wasted and he kept trying to climb up on stage on my side and he kept like fucking with my pedals and shit. So our new bass player, he's like 6'3" and he's like jacked. So he just walked over and just kicked this dude right in the chest. So it's like launched him like off the stage and into the crowd. It was like something out of Mortal Kombat. Like I've never seen anything like it. And that's pretty crazy.
That sounds pretty brutal.
Yeah. I mean, we don't promote violence or anything. It was just, extraneous circumstance, but it was really intense.
Well, yeah, sometimes you got to keep those crazy motherfuckers in line. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, when they're pulling at your guitar strings and like fucking with your shit, sometimes you gotta kick someone in the chest.
Fuck yeah.
Shit happens.
Most definitely, man. Well, what would you like to tell your listeners and fans out there listening?
I want to let them know thank you so fucking much for coming out to all the shows on our Spirit Caravan tour. They made, our fans made the tour so much more amazing than it could have been. It was sort of set up as like a recipe for disaster, but I mean the fans, the out of control attendance, like the sold out shows and the enthusiasm, it's just absolutely amazing. So I want to thank them. And for everybody else, follow your dreams, do lots of drugs, and always be happy and do exactly what you want whenever you want to.
Amen, brother.